I speak unto thee this day, and I say that I, the living God, never called my people to be unbelieving believers. That is, to claim that they love me, that they serve me, that they obey me, when the exact opposite is true. Yet I say there are multitudes in this wicked generation. They have long since stopped following me. And I say they've become unbelieving believers, and they are in captivation of fear. That is, they have given themselves over to fear on every hand except the fear of me. And I say, because they are steeped in fear, they set out to establish their own doctrines. They set out to establish their own evil ways. And I say, because they have turned back to an evil heart of unbelief, I say that I, the living God, do hold them as evil. For I say, when men will stop trusting in me, believing and having their faith in me, what do? I say they become suspicious, accusatory, and dogmatic in all that they put forth. That is, they become the only ones. They become the essence of light and life. And I say they become the magnified fools. For I say they are deceivers, deceiving themselves and others likewise, because they want their own way. That is, they have turned back from me, they have returned to unbelief, and I say that is where they remain. Now I say that I, the living God, never called men to establish their own way, but I say that I've called men to abandon the same and walk in me. That is, to give up the identity of their own carnality, to take on the identity that I provide for them. But I say, when you see a man who is full of his own braggadocious ways, know such a man is a fool. For I say, if a man will truly love me, then it is me, the living God, that he will be proclaiming, and it is me that he will exalt. But I say, when a man is turned back from me, then I say that he's ever promoting himself. And I say that he will be believing that he is indeed arrived, that he knows it all, but I say it is because he is blinded by pride. For I say that the man who will truly follow after and serve me will be in obedience unto me. And I say that he will not be afraid to follow after. He will not be living in unbelief and lack of faith in me. Now I say, when men will declare that I, the living God, do not know the way by their very unbelief, I say they are proven to be fools. For I say, if I, the living God, do give the command, the dictate unto my people, they are meant to obey the same. But I say that the ones who have given way to unbelief will say that the same is impossible, that it cannot be. And I say it is because they themselves are unbelieving believers. They do not trust in me. Now I say that I, the living God, do not measure a man by the so-called depth of his doctrines, but I say that I measure a man by his faith in me. That is, does a man believe in me? Does he trust in me? Does he know that I'm able? Or is he ever living in fear and doubt and unbelief and accusation because he has turned back from me? Now I say this day that a man may present himself as all-knowing, he may present himself as having deep teachings, but if he has no confidence, no faith in me, he is nothing but a big-mouthed fool. For I say that all of his declarations prove that he does not trust me, nor does he believe me, nor does he have his faith in me. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do call thee to keep your faith, your trust in me, and obey me. For I say, when you will be in obedience unto me, you will be coming forth ever advancing under the mind of my spirit. But I say, when you turn to disobedience, of course you are encrusted with unbelief and the evils that accompany the same. For I say, when men will give way to unbelief, they are giving way to that which is indeed great evil before me. For I say, you are not meant to be an unbelieving believer, then imagine somehow you get by. For I say that I, the living God, am not accepting the unbelieving believers, but I say they are found under my wrath. That is, they are found under the wrath that I, the living God, am bringing forth in this wicked, perverse, and vile generation. And I say they are found in the spiritual death of the same, because they have resisted me. That is, they have resented my authority over them. They have resented the humility of my spirit mind, and they've gone about to establish their own way. And I say that they've long since stopped believing and trusting in me, but instead they are trusting in their own understanding. Now I say this day, when you look upon the Pharisees, the scribes, the hypocrites who were so prominent in those days, what do you find? You find that they trusted in their own research, their own intelligence, their own interpretation, and their own way. And they literally despised the humility presentation that I, the living God, did show to them. And I say they despised the wisdom that came through the mind of my spirit, which far superseded their clumsy efforts. And I say they hated the truth, they murdered the truth, and I say they sought to devour all who were clinging to the same. And I say it is because they were steeped in unbelief, even though they said they were my people. For I say they claimed through their proud lineage they were Abraham's seed, but I say they were fools. For I say they had given over to the evil of unbelief, and there they remained. And I say they did not come into the truth, they resisted the light, and even hated the messengers of the same. I say, so it is even now when men turn back to unbelief, when they turn back to evil imagination and conjuring in their minds, then I say they are fools before me. For I say that men are meant to be walking in faith and trust and confidence in me, ever obeying my commands. But I say when men will lock up and resist my commands that I left for the sons of men, what do? They prove that they are loving themselves, they are imagining they are gods and rulers, they are imagining that they know it all. But I say in the process of deception, I say they are taken far from me. Now I say it is me, the living God, who does give unto every man the opportunity to be born again and renew himself in me. That is, to come forth in the newness of life that I provide if he keeps following me. But I say when a man will turn back to his old identity, he is turning to that which is a stench before me. Now I say, consider that I, the living God, do not call thee to have your identity in the flesh, but I say that I call thee to have your identity in me. And that means that you will be well pleased to be my spirit people, ever guided forth in my light. And that means that you will indeed abandon yourself unto me and trust me that I'm able to keep thee day by day. But I say if you are living in the wickedness, sowing discord and unbelief and division and strife, I say, what spirit are you of? I say this day that I, the living God, never called my people to be striving one against another, but I say that I've called my people to encourage, undergird, admonish, and instruct one another in my way. That is, that they can be brought forth well-pleasing unto me. Now I say, when a man is full of pride, I say that he will always be striving to prove that he is the best of all. But I say that the truth of it is that striving is what prepares him for his fall. For I say that I, the living God, do not call thee to prove you are the best of all, but I say that I call thee to be serving me. That is, I call thee to be in the humble mind that is found in my spirit, and to walk ever guided in the same. Now I say this day that a man who is truly wise by me will not be declaring how wise he is, but I say that he will simply allow himself to be guided day by the mind of my spirit, ever kept in my way. But I say that a man who is wise in his own conceit must let others know how superior he is. And I say even if he has none to believe in him, he will go on and declare how great, how grand, how glorious his lone ways are. That is, that he can indeed walk the lonely road that he's brought to himself by his refusal to be subject to me, by his refusal to be subject to others who are in me. Now I say this day that I, living God, do not call thee to isolation from me, but I say that I call thee to the truth that I provide. That is, I call thee to walk in the way that I've intended, the way that I give thee, the way that is truth. And I say that I've called thee to be thankful that it is me that you can continue to look unto, to believe, to trust, and obey. For I say, if you will indeed be meticulous to obey me, you will find that I bless thee in the same. But I say, if you are disrespecting and disregarding my commands unto thee, I say, what do? You prove that you are a lover of self, a lover of your own way, and you are not loving me. Now I say there are many who are found under my wrath because they are loving themselves more than me. That is, they think they can do as they please, have their own way, their own ministries, but I say they are fools. For I say the very things they call their ministries are undermining what it is that I desire to do. And I say because they are stubborn and proud, willful and disobedient, I say they refuse my commands unto them. Now I say that I, the living God, can take the most wayward of men and cause them to obey if they will be subject unto me. But I say if they resist me and resent me, they go on in their own stubborn ways, and they die and perish in the same. But I say if a man will truly come in to me and desire me with his whole heart, then I say it is me, the living God, who will bring him forth in newness of life. And I say it is true that my people can grow, go forward, and move in me if they will be obedient unto me. But I say if a man will say that he loves me, yet I say that he's in unbelief, and he's in mistrust, and he's in doubt and fear over everything that I would desire of him, what does he prove? He proves that he loves his own understanding, he proves that he loves his own way, and he does not love me. Now I say this day, why not learn to be meticulous in your obedience unto me, ever thankful to be guided by me? I say, do not be as a slop hog who only does your own thing, then claims you are serving me. For I say there are many of them in this hour, they are sloppy agape, in the sense that they are so proud they are serving me, but it is not me that they serve at all. But I say they are serving their own invention, they are serving their own conjecture, and they love it so. And I say it is because they love disobedience, disrespect, and I say they are literally hating me. And all the while they are posing that they love me, but it is not true. I say that I, the living God, do look upon men, and I measure them by their obedience, I measure them by their attitude, and I measure them by their faith or lack of faith in me. And I say when men will be disputing with me, I say they are proven to be stupid, dull, and dumb. But I say when men are truly humble, they will be teachable, they will be instructed and corrected always. And I say they will love my hand upon them, because it is me that they serve. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be wayward, I do not call thee to be careless, but I say that I call thee to be thankful that it is me you are given the privilege to serve. And I say that I call thee to seek to remain under the mind of my spirit, for the same is life and light unto thee. And I say when you will be coming forth in that which I, the living God, do intend and provide, you are ever guided in my way. And I say you are given the mercy, the truth, the blessedness of who I am. Now I say this day that I, the living God, do not call thee to be high-minded, rejecting correction when you are indeed needy of the same. But I say that I call thee to be thankful that I take the time to correct thee and guide thee back into the way of my life. I say that I, the living God, do tell men what it is that I desire of them, and there are some who will accept the same and walk uprightly in me. Then I say there are others who will go about to invent their own way after they know of my way. And I say all the while they deceive themselves and say somehow it is all right with me when it is not true at all. For I say when I, the living God, do say yes, I mean yes. When I say no, I mean no. And I say when men are ever trying to slide out of my harness, they prove they are unfaithful to me. Now I say this day, do not be slipping and sliding and slobbing around, but I say bring yourself into obedience and walk uprightly in me. And I say, be thankful that I give to thee the dictates of my kingdom, that you can indeed be ruled by me.